So good
ESC
game so
need to
far,
change
but
something up. I mean, it's not working for them.
yeah, that's for sure. But at the same time, SK such good aim. It's been a great game for them. Um, ESC, I feel like they haven't really been able to feel it out too well because there's been a limited number of gun rounds. This is their third save that they're about to lose. Try to get a pick there with a nice little flash peek. I think that was worth the try.
I love watching these EUs play. They're so like test out everything, see what's pushing, see what's working, and then like they set up for B there, but a lot of US teams will just sit in B tunnels and then flash out when they think everyone's ready, right? Well, these guys just push in, they just walk in, they don't care, they don't use any grenades, they just walk in and it's good because it's like
Depend on their
super
aim,
element
yeah.
of surprise, right?
Yeah, I think at this point, the game's been out so long. All these teams have such amazing aim, but they also have really great strategy. Sometimes you do see teams just sort of walking out when they've got so many fraggers like SK, but they do like good flash peeks. They do everything so well with such coordination that even if it isn't like step by step set up. Anyway, this is a gun round. We've got two going down for SK and Kumbin for ESC. They're holding B site really well, and Bomb's actually at B site. 15 seconds with Delpan going down.
Was that a double?
Russia.
That was a double.
That was a double. Wow. And ESC finally on the board. Maybe this is the turning point. SK can't go B 4 times on gun rounds and expect ESC to just comply. Delpan misses the pick. He wasn't going for the kill. Just try to get a leg. And I think he did actually get the leg in on Pasha.
Yeah, this is 100% their default what we're seeing now.
Get Right pushed into the B tunnels a little bit faster than he normally does. Presumably because ESC just has not been pushing. They've been playing super passive in the B site. But after getting shut down there, often you see teams rotate into doing an A strat. And if ESC is able to really hold this down, and in fact they've done the too long push again, anticipating an A-centric strat, then SK might start getting ping-ponged around strategically. ESC sort of reading into their game.
Ooh, that was a nasty flash. Weren't expecting that. That cat.
Delays them a little bit. They've only got 36 seconds to work with, so this is just going to have to turn into an A push, I think. In fact, the bomb's going up first, which is...
Uh-oh. Someone messed up their flash. That's an awkward rush.
Yeah, they do get the site, though, pretty much untouched. ESC's going to do a retake, and they're just waiting. They just know somebody's going to come long. They really want to pick them, but at this point... Yeah, they do get 4S. It's going to be very hard to retake the site from 5 terrorists, well, 4 net watching the site. In fact, SK getting really aggressive.
Oh, beautiful flash. Nice teamwork.
They aren't
there.
able to get the op, so Kubin's going to watch the flank. I think Pasha's going to be able to save this. He's just patient, than he is. Into round number 11, the second half of the not second half, but it's the latter half of the first half. That was kind of awkward.
English, please.
Yeah, all right, I'll try my best. So Taz wants to get the first pick. This is lower. This is just super aggressive push, and SK is getting slapped. It is really fun watching CTs play aggressively with that much success.
Wow, who knew? They were on a little bit of a losing streak, and then they just turned their momentum around just like that.
Do you think SK is going to try something a little quicker this time, or do you think ESC is going to continue with this aggressive play?
I don't know. I guess it might be a one-trick pony as far as that working. Like, it just seemed like SK weren't prepared.
Yeah,
In fact, this time they've got like 4 watching for the mid push, hey? They're like that, you're not doing that to us again. Wow, Kubin with the aggressive B tunnel play gets Get Right, who's been playing back in T spawn almost every round. And if Neo decides to push, he might be able to flank them, but it's getting a little bit, time's ticking down. I think it's smarter for him to just stay in the B tunnels. So this time they're finally playing somebody up a little closer to Cat. As long as he doesn't get flashed, he may have a chance to take out a couple of the players on SK. Pasha with the cat pick. Gets with the rifle. Neo pushing for lower B, and they just sandwich them. But it came down to that first op pick. I think that was fantastic. Round number 13. It's going to be a gun round from here on out, most likely, unless maybe 1 or 2 more rounds, one for ESC and SK might have to half buy for last round. Pretty rich. Another pick, that opening, these entry frags for ESC coming so early in the round, it's just giving them the win. And at this point, it's just going to be a pretty slow pace with SK just hoping for ESC to mess up, but
seems like SK got a little too comfy with playing as passive or playing as slow as they were, and then they weren't expecting the pushes, and that's what drove ESC to win a few rounds there.
Their ESC, I mean, how many ops are they playing with? At least 2.
Yeah, they got one guy
They
boosted
just
up
got
on the
one
cat
now,
box.
Mm-hmm. But they're switching it up a bit. I mean, they were playing an op at B, now they're playing an AK, which is probably a little. I think it's a discipline thing. If you just to keep it down to 1 op, 2 absolute max. If you're playing aggressively, just play 1 op. But the SK is a bit split up. So even though Forrest does get the pick, going back to grab the bomb, he's going to be in a 3-on-1 situation. He's waiting for the lower B push, but it doesn't come fast enough. He's only got 5 seconds left, and he goes down.
I think SK, by playing so defensively or passive in the beginning of the round, they're giving up too much map control, and that ends up hurting them.
So maybe a fast strat from SK. It's like looks like, in fact, that's what they're thinking. Deagles and B. It's going to be pretty. They're going to see if they can steamroll them.
SK has been fairly successful at B this game.
B's well rotated at this point. SK, I think they know exactly where SK is. They're getting flashed. Kubin pushing in. Sees the bomb. Knows it's still at B. Does get 1 deeked. And we're in a 3-on-4 with SK and their deeks. I love SK's deek saves. I mean, we've seen in the last few tournaments, they are not afraid to deek even when it means they're going to have to deek again if they don't make it happen. And that's the reason why, because they can get these picks so well. We've talked about it before. A lot of teams, they think that deek saving is a little bit risky because the gun can be kind of random. What do you guys think about that?
If you know how to use it, you can get frags. Simple as that.
These guys definitely know how to use it, so I guess
think
that
it's-
explains
I
that.
think it's the difference between online and LAN, actually.
Yeah.
I think that people seem to call the Deagle random online more than... It seems to be more effective on LAN anyway.
It's true. Neo with a quick headshot, quick 3-kill, going for the 4th. That was just amazing. And he does get the 4. Wow.
Wow, he's turned aimbot on.
That didn't look
I mean, do you see his
legit at all.
crosshair? He just locks onto the guy.
That was fantastic. You don't see that very often. In fact, one of those kills, it was just SK being a little bit too stacked up. But, you know, that's kind of what happens if you leave it that late in the round. Maybe some of them didn't even have armor, but a lot of those were headshots, so... It's definitely the highlight for me, even though it was just a Deke save. SK trying to play a little bit more quickly this time, rushing right into the B, setting them up for maybe a cat. His left B open, now they're rotating back. I think they sort of were feeling that out, but because SK's slowed down now, so have they. They've rotated back to their original position. In fact, Pasha getting a pick. I didn't see it. Was that at mid?
We got 2 CTs at B, and it seems like the terrorists are working B with that bomb. There's 3 of them in tunnels. One's out mid. Oh, amazing shot by Forrest. Pasha coming in with that first entry frag with the op. Couple flashes thrown. Cuban coming out, helping his teammate. And SK just gets shut
for the last round. And they are switching. What do you guys think of the half?
Pretty decent. Fairly, even, I'd say.
SK really dominated the first 8 rounds, but like they kind of let it fall apart after that, and ESC got like a huge shift of momentum and just wasn't giving up any rounds.
Just from that one push where they had 2 lower B, 2 cat, and they just sort of killed everything in seconds. That was awesome.
Yeah, good old Neo.
I feel like ESC is playing a lot better towards the second half of the,
First half?
yeah,
Yeah,
the
exactly.
latter part of the first half.
Oh, there you go.
Excuse me.
So
We
yeah,
are live.
yeah, we're live.
Slow down, going down.
Yeah, ESC. Do we see any? I think they're full glocked.
Seems like they want to take it at the same pace that SK did on their T pistol.
Except they
They've got a-
don't have the 2 US.
They've got a guy boosted on top of the box in mid too.
Oh, with the US.
Pushing cat.
That's one. I see.
Galpan spots the lower tunnel from the T's coming out lower tunnel. So Kuban and they know they're in lower tunnel.
That was a really good
Yikes.
flash. They're just working. This is great teamwork at mid. But he is able to grab one. He's going to continue working up the cat. In fact, he's going to be joined by his team. 48 HP, so he can still make it happen. But there looks like they might actually jump out mid. So they've got one CT spawn. The guy from B should go. No, he's not there to help. He's just going to stay in the back of the site. Robin, he's rotating. Forrest rotating from back. Asha knows where he is. They know where everyone is right now, but it's going to be a 1-on-3, so Lord's going to have a hard time making this happen, and in fact, Face takes them out, and that is the round. So SK winning both pistols at this point, and that's going to make it really hard for ESC to come back into this game. You know, even if they were playing so well in the latter half of the first half.
Yeah, we're talking about. No, they're going Deagle. Full Deagles.
ESC deagling it up. They feel like they really need this. This better work, and this is the fastest strat we've seen so far in this game with a full-on